So my name is Mina Lee, and I am a professor in the Department of History. I teach classes on Southeast Asia and the Vietnam Wars, and I also have a couple of classes on Hmong Americans. This project is ambitious. It follows my first project, which is on the French period, French colonial period. And I am an expert on Highland Southeast Asia, and the ethnic group that I study is the Hmong. So this next project that I'm working on currently is about the Secret War, which follows the first Indochina War, the French War, in Indochina. Well, I think there's a lot of challenges to dealing with the Hmong community, especially because this is a community who have survived trauma and war and displacement and things like that, and it's still ongoing. The trauma and the displacement is still ongoing, but I think it's also very interesting to work with the Hmong because they are now completely spread out across the globe. So for me, what's most interesting is that I can envision doing, just a world history with just taking the Hmong as a thematic topic, to see how they integrate in China, in Vietnam, in Laos, in Thailand, coming to America, to France, to South America, so that's what's most interesting to me about working, I think, with this topic and with this group, is that they are so spread out, and so you can use them as a global theme, globalized emphasis, and not just on one region. And I think that's what I do that's different, is that I am a very global historian. Yeah, I think you do have to be a lot more sensitive to the kinds of information you're getting, because a lot of some of my informants, most of them have already died, but some are still alive, and even the ones who have passed away, they still have family members, so it can become a challenge. What do you reveal, what do you not reveal, and will they, even though they're willing to sit down with you, right, and you explain it to them, will they like it the way that you interpret what they're saying, or how you're fitting their life stories, into the broader historical events? So these are always questions that's in my mind, and I think these are questions that historians who just look at archives don't have to deal with, right? So I'm constantly sensitive to what's there and how much I can reveal too, because there might be information that I have to keep confidential for now. There might be information that I can never reveal in my lifetime, but I'm collecting them so that other historians in the future, who may eventually look at my interviews, they can then talk about these topics, precisely because it's so relevant and it's controversial right now, and there could be people who could get hurt, if I reveal it. So there's all sorts of issues like that when you're dealing with living archives, right, with people who are still alive. For the Hmong community in Minnesota has, the most densely concentrated Hmong population anywhere in the U.S. So for them, this topic is extremely relevant. It's still painful, it's still haunting. There are actually still refugees living here, so what I do is extremely relevant, and I actually draw, my oral sources from this community. And because it's very relevant and it's still very raw and very painful, this topic is a little bit scary, and that was the other reason why I wanted to be at the IAS too, to get feedbacks from other scholars and to get support, for this topic, because it is going to be controversial. There are going to be people who's going to disagree with what I say and how I interpret the event, and there could be potential backlashes, so I'm always kind of scared about that. And so that's why I think it's helpful to be here, to have, to be able to present my ideas and to be able to talk to other people maybe who also do controversial topics, and see how they deal with it, because it is so relevant and so in the now. Yeah, I thought that, of course, just some time to get away from the department and to also be on, the East Bank, because I'm usually located on the West Bank, and a little bit of time to connect with other scholars, to reflect upon my topic a little bit, beyond what I do, because I'm a historian, and sometimes I get entrenched in thinking about it from a historical perspective. So I was thinking that, being at the IS would benefit me immensely and benefit my project immensely, to help me to get myself to think out of the box, to look at how other people approach their own topics, and gain other perspectives. And so that was why I, applied for this position, and it's been great. It's been great being here. This office is great too. So it's great to have conversations in the hallways, to hear other people's presentations and look at how they think about their own topics. And I'm hoping to present in a few weeks and get some feedback from the other fellows too. So that's why I think the collaboration, the community, I'm really enjoying it.